Good afternoon, folks. I'm in my garage, and what I'm doing is I'm finishing I'm finishing my third largest DIY do-it-yourself hardwood white oak pot. I'm finishing it up. Earlier this morning, I put some tung oil on the bottom right here. And that's pretty much, it's not all the way dry yet, but it's pretty soaked into the white oak hardwood. I mean, my fault, cedar. I made this pot, like with most of my other pots, I make it with two types of wood. I use white oak hardwood for the outside. In the bottom, I use red eastern cypress or cedar. Red eastern cedar on the bottom of the pot. So white oak all the way around, red eastern cedar on the bottom. And I tongue both kinds of hardwood with my tung oil. This is my third largest pot I enjoy making these pots. I like making my own pots, I found, more than going out and buying commercial pots. I love making my hardwood pots, especially these pots that I'm making, the dwarf fruit trees that I'm planting in these pots that I'm making. I don't have to worry about them getting wrapped around the root being bound in circles because the pot is square. So the roots have more width to grow all the way out. And the hardwood, it looks better to me. Hardwood to me, it looks better than regular pots you buy in the store and all that. So, and I get more enjoyment out of seeing a dwarf fruit tree that I grow in a pot that I made. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this pot over. I'm gonna flip it over and do the outside of the pot. I'm gonna flip it over and do the outside of the pot. The bottom of the pot, I should say. I shouldn't say the outside, I should say the bottom. Just like that. We're gonna do the bottom of the pot. And we're gonna stain this red eastern cedar or cypress hardwood with tung oil on the bottom. And then once I get through putting my tung oil on this, I'll let it dry for a few days. And then I'll go ahead and I'll put my bottom pieces, 4 bottom pieces. I'll screw those down like I did all these, and this will be done. So that's my last part. So I'm going to add the tung oil now. Just like that. And go ahead and apply it. I love applying 100% tung oil. All tung oil is not the same, people. You know, just like anything else, there's fake substitutes that they only put like 5% tung oil in, and all the other stuff is synthetically made, man-made stuff. So I always use 100% tung oil. Beautiful. And the hardwood, over 2 days, it soaks this tung oil up. And the tung oil actually helps preserve the hardwood. It preserves it even more. And it gives it a nice stain, a nice tung oil stain that you're seeing right now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this piece and look at that piece. Normally I'll apply 2 coats of tung oil, depending on what kind of hardwood it is. I'll apply 2 coats of tung oil. So I enjoy making my own large pots for my dwarf fruit trees. As a matter of fact, people, I just donated 9 very large commercial blue plastic pots that I bought. I put them out on my curb. I put 4 more of them out on my curb. I think it was Friday or it was Saturday. Friday or Saturday. And of course, people drove by and snatched them up. So I've been donating all my pots that I bought in the stores because I love making my own pots now. I pay some money for those pots. I had some real nice pots, people, that I bought in the store, plastic pots, commercial pots, but they were real nice. And I didn't want them to go to waste. And I was going to take them to the Goodwill. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to send them out on my curb in front of my house. And as usual, people will drive by. They see them on the curb and they will pick them up. They know they're being donated. So I hope people who got those pots enjoy those pots. So beautiful. Getting all the tung oil that I have left on here. I don't have much left. I have enough to finish this pot. This large pot that I made. So, getting it all done. Looking good. If you see the videos that I made of my dwarf fruit tree orchard outside, you can see how good these pots look for fruit trees in them. It just brings out the fruit trees even more. These hardwood pots that I'm making myself. And you gotta realize this is hardwood. Hardwood will last many, many decades, they're saying. They're saying these pots will last 40 to 50 years. Isn't that crazy? Depending on what type of hardwood you're using. I use African mahogany, I use white oak, and I use red eastern cedar hardwood to make my pots. And I'm going to be using some Honduran hardwood too, I was told, at the Houston hardwood supply. I'm going to start using some Honduran, I think it's Honduran hardwood. I'm going to start using that because that's a very good wood to make outside furniture like these large pots with. It does not deteriorate like all the other 3 that I named. So I'm getting everything nice and tung oiled up. That's what I'm doing. As you can see, this tung oil goes a long way. I have way more than enough tung oil. This is a To me, it's like a art of love. Me building these pots myself. I didn't go buy them. I built them with my own hand. It's beautiful. I stain every part of the hardwood with tung oil. Even the sides, as you can see. I paint the sides too with tung oil. And the wood, it soaks in that tung oil. It soaks it up very fast. And what I'm finding out is insects, tung oil is a natural deterrent for insects. They don't like eating wood or trying to eat wood, but this is hardwood. It's hard for them to eat hardwood anyway, but this is another deterrent. They don't like eating, they detest eating hardwood with tung oil. It runs them away. This is why tung oil is used so much, because it's a natural organic pest control for wood, outside wood. So I'm getting that tung oil on there real good. Taking my time. So this pot will be for my last dwarf bonanza peach tree. I have three dwarf bonanza peach trees, not two, as my fingers suggested. I have three, and this is for the last one to be potted. The other two are already potted. So the last one will go in this pot. Probably sometime this week, I'll get it potted in here. Once I get everything done with my pot here. I accidentally spilled some tung oil on the side, so that's what I'm doing now. Getting this pot ready to plant that last dwarf bonanza peach tree. And this will be its home, hopefully for many and many of years. This is a large pot, just like the other ones. I hope you guys are having a nice first Sunday in 2026. Like I am. What I'm learning is, if you're growing food, you should never get bored. I never get bored. Even in my micro food forest. I never get bored because I'm always doing something in my micro food forest, dwarf fruit tree orchard, or my aquaponics systems. As I continually build up my whole food forest. And that's what I'm doing. This is no rush. I'm taking my time. As you can see, I'm a person who's very detail orientated. I like having very nice looking stuff. I like a clean space. I like a clean garden. My micro food forest is what I'm calling a micro food forest Zen garden. That's why I have all the incense out there. It looks good. When you walk out there to the micro food forest, you don't see a lot of debris and junk around. Everything's in order. The incense are burning. I'm buying more of the crystal animal figurines to put on top of my aquaponics system. it just that's my vibe for my food forest to bring me instant joy when I walk out there. That's how I get. That's how I get away from the toxicity of the world. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and I'll probably come back tomorrow and put another coat on this, and then I'll add my four legs, my thick cedar legs. I'll screw those down. One here, one here, one here, one here. And I'll probably do one there too. And so by the end of this week, this pot should be ready to go and ready for my third dwarf bonanza peace tree to go in this beautiful home. Everything's looking good. So at the end of the day, you know, my goal is to be more self-sustainable, you know, and every time I do this, I look at these beautiful pots I'm making. I made this pot, and it's an instant joy for me to look at something that I made. I just didn't go out and just buy something, buy another commercial pot. I got tired of just buying stuff, you know, and I wanted to be more grounded, more connected to the food I'm growing. So this is why I enjoy DIYing my own stuff. I enjoy making my own stuff. That's beautiful to me. I'm looking forward to getting the legs on and getting this thing done and getting it outside in the sun in a beautiful dwarf peace bonanza tree growing in it. So sun is about to set. You guys have a nice Sunday evening of 2026. Grow some food, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody coming to save us. We have to learn how to save ourselves.